Hey Danish tubers, how's it going? Welcome to this video where I'm going to give you a no-nonsense run-through of my new book, Danish Bible Essential Grammar. Let's get right to it. I'm going to go through the table of contents, show you a little bit of what you get inside this beautiful book. Chapter 1, the alphabet and pronunciation, vowels, short and long, consonants in Danish, soft, hard, voiced, unvoiced, and still, that is the glottal stop, soft and hard, special sound, the glow and common diphthongs. Seem a little bit excited about this book. Can't even speak. Stress and intonation, the word stress, sentence intonation, and beyond the basics. In each chapter at the end, I've put in a beyond the basics section, which is basically going a little bit more advanced because this book is aimed for beginners, but by no means is it for only for beginners. This is your go-to guide when you just need to remember something quick, like, oh, what was that thing? I don't remember the word order. What was that? And you can quickly check in your Bible. Chapter 2, nouns and articles. The gender divide in it, common ground, neutral corner, deciphering compound words, and again, beyond the basics. Then I've written here form and singular plural nouns, and the way I see it, there are kind of four groups: the are, the the unchanged, and the irregular. Chapter 3 takes us on to adjectives and agreement, so how they agree with the common and the neuter nouns, plural nouns. Common ground, neuter corner, tripling up, describing plural nouns. Comparative, superlative, going further with that, building the ladder, climbing the ladder, using the ladder, and again, beyond the basics, usage in sentences, practice exercises, and learning tips. Throughout the book, I've added 1 or 2 practice exercises, but in general, there aren't any practice exercises. It's not intended to be an exercise book, but rather an accumulation of knowledge and a go-to guide. So there's 1 or 2 exercises, but not many. But I have added some learning tips to give you ideas of how you can take this knowledge in the book and be aware of it and focus on it outside of the book in the real world. Spice up your sentences. Where do adjectives go? Find the right spot. The usual spot, special cases, adjectives in comparative and superlative forms, tips and tricks, and so on. I'm just going to bring it back to me to check that everything is okay in here. Yes, still going. Great. Tips and tricks, beyond the basics again. Chapter 4, verbs and conjugations. Present tense, conjugations, regular, irregular, usage, tips. Essential past tense, same thing, regular, irregular. Common irregularities, learning tips. Then I've made some summary tables. The way I see it, they're kind of 4 groups, the 2 super common patterns, one that's also a pattern or patterns that you might see, and then there's the irregular ones. Imperative form, then we go on to future tense, modal verbs, the mighty fork and skal vil må, conjugated modal verbs, and some resources. Again, throughout the book, I've added in some resources, links to external videos and other things that are related to the content within the book, so you can also continue learning about this stuff elsewhere. Then we get on to subjunctive, triggering verbs and constructions, negation in questions, saying no, the ige factor, question construction, question words, question particles, question formation, and beyond the basics, resources. Nice. Then we get on to chapter 5, word order. You can see there's a lot within each sort of little heading, and maybe we don't need to look at all of it, but we have the basic subject, verb, object, word order. Then we also get onto the subject, verb, adverb, word order, main clauses, subordinate clauses, inversion in longer sentences, the V2 word order. Danish is kind of known as a V2 language, means verb second. Often the verb is coming second in sentences. Verb placement in yes, no questions, verb V2 word order and with conjunctions. Oh, common sentence structure, statements, questions, commands, exclamations, everyday examples. Then we have some tables summarizing questions and also some dialogues, so you can see sort of these questions and statements in somewhat everyday situations. Again, some resources here. Chapter 6 takes us on to prepositions, common prepositions, introduction to them, the difference between e and po, which is a very common one, the time prepositions, which are super important, e, for, and sylvan, the difference between for and till is another common one that I hear a lot. And then we get on to exploring verb and preposition combinations, which is basically phrasal verbs. This is also a really nice table that I'll show you in a minute. Chapter 7, time and dates, expressing time, telling time, asking for time, reading the clock, numbers all surrounding time. So I haven't included all the numbers that exist because that information is out there, right? But I've included the relevant numbers needed for the most important things like time, talking about frequency, talking about dates and months, naming. And we continue here, naming the days, phrases for weekly activities, naming the months, ordinal numbers, talking about beginning, middle, end, talking about today, yesterday, tomorrow, which takes us on to chapter 8, word formation and suffixes, word classes. This section is also really important because it's been coming up a lot recently in my classes. What is a verb? What is a noun? What is an adjective? What is an adverb? What is a preposition? What is a conjunction? Word class comparison. Because when you're learning a language and somebody starts talking to you about verbs and adjectives and adverbs, and you're like, whoa, what the hell is a verb? What the hell is a noun? Right? I feel you. I also had to, when I first started learning Danish, go back and be sure that I understood what all these things were. I also had to relearn them. So I've included in this book what they are, and then I've given examples of the common endings for each section. Common adverb endings, for example. Chapter 9, lastly, is commonly confused words such as lave, gør, have, få, være, blive, kan, vil, gå, say. There's a lot more that I could add and that I probably will add at a later date, but for now, pretty happy with the result of this book. It has around 97, 99 pages of Danish goodness. I'm just going to scroll down and give you a little look at the format so you can see what it looks like. Building the basics, chapter 1. There's a lot of beautiful Danish tube-inspired images, some tables here. This is the alphabet, and I've written out basically how you say each letter and given an example. Let's just scroll down quickly so you can see the layout. You probably noticed that it's a very concise layout. There's no blah, 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 really. I just want it to be very to the point, have the answers here. They're all very easily accessible with numbers. So if you have the ebook, for example, you can click on the title and go directly to the thing that you need to find. Some beautiful tables here with nouns. Let's keep going. Nice pictures. I like it. I like it. Keep going, keep going. Oh, a nice long table with adjectives. I'm just going to pause to check that meat is still going here. Yes, it is. Perfect. Let's keep going. Oh, verbs, verb conjugations. I'm pulling on them. A little bit more. Keep going down. All this good stuff about verbs. Here are the verb tables that I mentioned. Going on to modal verbs here. There's some resources. You see I've put in some links to different resources. I've tried to name what they are in case you cannot click the links. Yeah, questions, question words. Oh no, I need to ask a question. Keep going, keep going. Get on to chapter 5, word order. Nice, that's nice. A lot of cool stuff here about word order, where all these words need to go, broken down really nice and neatly so you can understand it easily. There's a little exercise. Like I say, there's not many in here, but there's one or two just to reiterate the information. Let's keep going, almost down at the bottom. Some more word order stuff here. Really happy with how this is looking. Here's a nice table about questions. For example, tag questions when you add at the end. Ikke sant? Du taler dansk. Ikke sant? Det er en god bog. Synes du ikke? Den er god. Then we get to part 2, beyond the basics, prepositions. Here's a lovely table of all the common prepositions with examples and translations. Now we get to Mario. Here's a good example of an external link, which is sending you to my Essential Danish Grammar video course. So a lot of this is relatable. And if you're looking for something more interactive, you can also access the Essential Danish video course, where you get, basically it's a very structured video course along with an exercise book, along with some interactive exercises. So if you are looking to do exercises, to find something where you can use a workbook, you can also go over to my website here and check that out. It's also pretty sweet. Let's keep going down, It's a little bit left. Here are the comparisons now. I love this table. This is the phrasal verbs, and I've put them into categories. For example, communication, a tale I, to speak on or speak over the phone, or tale mill, snag a mill, a tale for be, to speak past. That means like to not understand each other. The tale about for be, and then they just speak past each other. Alluda till, and so on and so on. So there's a few really nice phrasal verbs here in categories. Let's keep going down. Here's another video. If you want to learn more about prepositions and verb combinations, it's part of the Essential Danish video course. Chapter 7 gets us onto the time. Nice clocks, some nice tables again. Bit of practice with different clocks. Here's some numbers. Keep going, keep going, keep going. The months. Again, external links to other videos that you can watch. And we get down chapter 8, word formation. Chapter 9, commonly confused words. And we get down to the end with additional resources and a bit about the author. So if you don't know about me, you can see that right here. You can buy the Essential Danish Grammar video course as a standalone course, or you can become an Essential Danish Tube member where you get access to the course and all the other courses on the website. There's also a lifestyle course. There's a course that's for my podcast where I upload the show notes and exercises. And then there's a few other sort of little courses around exercises like far till, and these things that are also included in the book. Here you can write to me for private classes. You can listen to my podcast, and here is my profile on Preply, which is new, and I'm loving it. I'm loving Preply. So if you're also looking to just try out an intuitive platform, go over to Preply. You can also find me there. So that is Danish Bible Essential Grammar. You can buy it right now on my website as an ebook. At an early bird price. It's only around 157 kroners, but at the end of the week on Sunday, it's going up. So get over there right now if you like the look of this book. Otherwise, you can get the paperback on Amazon, and very soon the hardback is coming as well. Hardback, that's what we need, something that's going to stand the test of time. And this Danish Bible, my friends, is going to stand the test of time. That I can assure you. Right, thanks for watching. I hope you got a good overview of this book. I'll see you in the next video. Hi.